Hey, I'm gonna be playing this game, and while you watch me try beat it, I'm reading some of the craziest stories I've found and judging them. So, let's get into it. Alright, guys, let's get straight into it. So, for the first story from Jake, am I the asshole for installing a camera in my room to see if my mum is lying to me? I, 19M, and my mum, 49F, have had numerous fights the past few weeks, most of which are on the same topic, that being her going into my room and looking around without me knowing. Basically, every time I would leave the house for work or anything else, I would always leave my door fully closed, but come back to it open. Also, I would be incredibly positive that certain things have been moved around or straight up gone. So naturally, I'd ask my mum if she's gone into my room. She would always say no. Now, maybe the first couple times I could play it off me forgetting to close my bedroom door, but once it started happening multiple times a week, I knew that wasn't the case. So yesterday, I went out and bought one of those Bluetooth surveillance cameras. At this point, I was positive she was going into my room behind my back and then lying about it. This morning, before I left for work, I made sure that the camera was working. I closed my bedroom door completely, then headed out. Around midday, I got a notification on my phone that the camera had detected some motion. So I pulled out to see the recording, and wouldn't you know it, there was my mom going through my drawers, my closet, and my desk. She was even grabbing certain things and tossed them out into the hallway. I closed the video feed seething, making sure I saved it first, and planned to confront her first thing when I was done with my shift. That's crazy. That is crazy. When I got home, I immediately asked her if she had gone into my room. She said no. I responded by pulling up the video and and holding my phone in front of me so you could see it. And instead of apologizing, she exploded. She screamed at me for installing a camera in her house without her permission. I responded by demanding an explanation for her going into my room, that she insisted she has the right to do so as my mother. She began questioning certain things in my room, to which I said it's none of her business. Crazy, crazy, crazy. At this point, I was done. I stormed off and went to my room. Within the hour, my phone started blowing up with messages from family, all siding with my mum, telling me I'm insane for putting up a camera. And I kid you not, the entire family is on my mum's side, except my dad. Unfortunately, my dad can't stop himself. As my parents split up years ago, he isn't allowed in my mum's house. I swear, I'm doing nothing wrong here. Like, it's my only space in the house where I keep my things, relax, and do my own stuff. Or am I just completely out of my mind? I can't help but wonder that your mum's looking for something. Like, what is it? She's got to be suspicious of you, of hiding something from her, or keeping some sort of secret, and she wants to know what it is. And I think she just can't communicate with you honestly, and she's resorted to digging through your room trying to find something for herself. Because what other reason would she be going through all these random things? They have no correlation to each other. They're just like personal stuff, personal belongings. So something's going on. Something weird is going on. She wants something. Also, another thing, you've got video evidence. You've literally got it recorded on camera of what she did. And if the whole family is just siding against you, just show them the video. Just show them exactly why you did what you did and what the hell is actually going on. Both sides of the stories. There's always two sides to a story. So just show them. And then what could they say? It's literally recorded. And another thing, you should move on. You know, if it's really such a big deal for this man, he can move out. He's 19 and his dad's on his side. Maybe he's doing it out of pettiness against his ex, but you can still move out. You've got the option to protect yourself, to protect what you care about. Just take your stuff, don't tell her what you're doing, and bit by bit, organize it so that you can get out without having to deal with any more problems. I think that would be the best solution. Also showing the video to everyone else, because then it's just your proof. Alright guys, this next one's pretty messed up, and honestly, I'd probably just want to move out as soon as possible because it's horrible. I can't even imagine being this person. But before that story, let's just quickly update what I'm doing in the game. So I've just finished the introductory part. I'm now moving on to exploring the actual map. Here we've got some ants, because I know how to play the game. I'm just going to get a little bit of early game loot that I know will be useful later on. And yeah, we'll see how far I can explore. I haven't played this game in quite some time though, and there's been a lot of updates, so I'm excited to see what I can get into. And let's get straight into this crazy story. My brother masturbates in my room. How can I make him stop? Honestly, the title alone, I just knew I was going to make a video on this. So, we live in a 3-bedroom apartment, but are a family of 5 adults. My parents have the first room, naturally. I have the second bedroom because I'm the only female, so also naturally. And my oldest brother has the third room because he works on phone sales and he needs privacy to do his Zoom calls and work calls. So it was decided that my older brother is the one in need of a room least. And since he doesn't own much or doesn't work, we thought best that he would stay in a makeshift living room with curtains for some privacy. So I'm not home much because I work, and I wouldn't mind him using my room when I'm not using it. But he smokes in it, and the smell lingers in my pillows, which bothers me when I try to sleep. He eats on my bed and leaves crumbs and mushed bits of food on the sheets. Horrible, disgusting. And lies on the bed right after the gym, all sweaty with socks that smells like a decaying body. Yeah, disgusting. That alone should be enough to tell them, stay out of my room. But it gets worse. I'm also very acne prone, and I take great care in keeping all my pillows very clean and to change the covers every time he comes in, which is a big pain in the ass. But the worst part of all of this is the discarded tissues and Vaseline he leaves behind. Horrid. Actually horrid. It makes me nauseous. I can't stand sleeping in the bed after that. So I tell him not to use my room even when I'm not using it, which makes him very upset, and he starts to argue with my parents about not having any privacy and wanting his own room. So I just give up and I agree and let them keep the peace and not be the villain, and then it all happens all over again. What should I do? I think it's very clear what you should do. Put a lock on the door straight away and just stop him from coming in and let him cry about it, because that's disgusting. No grown adult should be doing things like that. And if he is doing it, have the decency to clean up, man. Don't be leaving all this stuff. It's not your room. So I think it's either the case where he wants the room for himself and he's going to make it a problem until you give in, which you shouldn't, because it's your room and you are the only female. You need your own privacy. Or he genuinely doesn't have any standards. He has no standards of keeping himself clean. Doesn't know how to look after himself properly. Horrible situation. Actually very disgusting. Like, if that was me, I wouldn't want to step anywhere near anything, because I don't even know what else happened in the room. I wouldn't want to find out what else happened in the room, and I'd just be traumatized just based on that. Nasty. Nasty, nasty. Oh my god. I just read a bunch of the comments. That's disgusting. Someone said, I'd leave out a bunch of toys and lube, see how he likes the taste of his own medicine. Yeah, man. I don't know if I agree with that. And then it says, hang up a bunch of gay pictures with their meat hanging out. That ought to keep him soft. What the fuck? Oh. Anyway, moving on to the next one. Today I fucked up by asking my friend's mum out. My friend's mum has been single for the last few years. She's currently in her mid-40s, I'm in my early 20s, and I've always found her to be really attractive. She carries herself with confidence and has a pretty wicked sense of humor. For most people who don't know her, she can seem pretty cold, detached and aloof. But once you get to know her, she is one of the nicest, most caring people out there. Oh, someone's got a crush. I have been strongly infatuated with her for the last 2 years. Yep. Recently, I ran into her into a shopping mall and we had a great conversation. She got both of us coffee and we had a good time yapping away at the cafe. Ever since, she appeared in my dream twice. Wow, this guy is obsessed. I have never felt like this towards any other woman. Not in the past 22 years of my life. Oh, what kind of woman is this? Yesterday, I decided to make a move. Yeah, no, bad idea. I slid into her Instagram DMs and told her her dinner outfit was amazing and it looked really good on her. Then I asked her for dinner. Just to catch up further. Yeah. She replied initially saying sure and she would bring her son along too. I did not know how to reply to that and I wanted to make it clear this was a date and it would be the two of us. I gave it a few hours, then I got a bottle of red wine and chugged 2 glasses down to calm my nerves and boost my confidence. Yeah, man. Great idea, bro. Then I texted her, telling her I would love to go on a date with her. Right after I sent it, it was radio silence from her till 1 hour ago. She dropped me a text gently declining my offer and telling me I'm a great kid, all the best with the girls my age. I am absolutely crushed. I don't know how my friend will see me from now onwards. I have no idea if she told him or not. TLDR, I asked my mom's friend out on a date and I got rejected. To be honest, this guy has deluded himself. Genuinely deluded himself. I don't know what he was thinking, but he should have understood from the point where she said, I would love to go on a date with my son, I'll bring him. So bringing her son, who's his friend, is just a soft way of telling him, no, we're not going on a date. And he should have picked up on that, but he didn't. Also, infatuating yourself with your friend's mum, bro, that's your friend. You can't be doing that to his mum. There's boundaries, there's respect. You cannot be doing that to his mum at all. Like, if my friend did that, I would not be friends with him anymore. So I'd expect that friend to cut him off. Also, lucky for this guy, this mum seems like a really calm, mentally stable person. You know, I'd imagine most people would freak out, cause a scene, and want to teach this boy a lesson for doing something like that. So maybe it's good she reacted in such a way where it won't get him in too much trouble. I don't know whether he ended up finding out whether his mum told his friend or not, but honestly, he should have just taken on the first note, where inviting her son was her way of turning him down nicely. You should have just picked up on that. You need to be socially aware. This guy's not socially aware, he's asleep. He's delusional. I mean, he fell in love and let his feelings control him. He can't be doing that. And another thing, what was his plan had she said yes? What are you gonna do? You're gonna start dating your friend's mum? And then what? She's 20 years your senior. What's the plan? What's the long-term goal here? There's no good outcome that would come from this. Like, you'd become your friend's stepdad? No. No. In any case, in any scenario, that is asking for trouble, asking for problems. You're not going to get along with anyone. And if that friend is friends with other friends in your group, you're going to have a problem. Let's go through this tunnel. I want to progress through the early game really quick. I do not want to be stuck on tier 1 for much longer. Hopefully, when I make this a series in the next couple episodes, I'll be out of it. We move on along quickly, get my first ant tame and start exploring the rest of the map. I know there's been a lot of updates, so hopefully I'll fly through this early game, build a quick little base and upgrade it as we go along and see what else I can accomplish. But for now, it might be a bit boring, even for me. Anyway, on to the next story. My girlfriend's prank about another guy today had me thinking of breaking up. So me, 21M, my girlfriend F, have been going through a rough patch recently. Things weren't good for me for like a week or two, and we had a fight before where I felt like she made it seem like everything was my fault. And honestly, that hurt me. Because of that, I kind of pulled back a bit and didn't give as much attention as before. Then, one day, she suddenly disabled her Facebook and Messenger, cleared our nicknames, unfollowed me on Instagram, and later on sent a long message basically saying goodbye, thanking me and telling me to take care. I felt like a breakup out of nowhere. We did end up getting back together. I wouldn't have done that. But things haven't felt the same since. When we talked about it in person, she insisted that I was the one who started it, like unfollowing first. But that's not true. I only did those things after she already did. I tried explaining, but she didn't really listen and kept pushing her version. Narcissist. Fast forward to today. She joked that some guy was chatting to her, telling her to leave me because I don't give her enough attention. And when she said that, I actually believed it for a moment, and it hurt. And then she sent a picture of us to that guy, which made me feel a bit better. But then she said it was all just a prank. Now I'm just confused. It didn't feel like a joke to me anymore, especially since it literally just happened today. And I felt like she was playing with my feelings, especially after everything that already happened. Part of me still cares about her, but another part of me feels like this relationship is getting unhealthy and stressful. Would appreciate honest opinions. Well, that's all I have. So, genuinely, this girl's taking advantage of you. She don't care. She doesn't care. And as I try to fight this ant, I'm gonna try to talk about how you shouldn't put up with things like this. You should not put up with shit like this. It goes back to respect. And if there isn't mutual respect of each other's time, attention, efforts, you're not going to get very far. And there's going to be very many problems. So someone else said in the comments, she's definitely taking you for granted. She made you go to a random breakup, and she's also blamed you for it. She definitely has some feelings for this random guy and wanted to see your reaction. Leave as fast as you can. She doesn't deserve you. Yeah, she's not the one. She's not the one. This man needs to leave. She needs to move on. He needs to move on. She needs to fuck off. And this guy can get on with it. Focus on herself as he has been. And he'll get with someone better. And then she'll be the one coming back. She'll be jealous. It's also possible that this guy is real. And she wasn't joking. She wanted to see what you would do. And after seeing what you would do, she decided maybe she doesn't want to break up. Maybe she's still enjoying some benefits you will give her. And she wants to use it a bit more. She's not ready to let go of all of it. So I think that's what she's trying to do. It's a very scummy thing to do. You need to protect yourself in such a situation. And don't let people take advantage of you. Never. Never, never. Because you'll regret it one day and wish you never have. Okay, now that I've just beat that ant, I think this is a good way to end off this episode. I want to make this a series. I care about this game. I really do like this game. I completed the first one. I put the zip lines all over the map. I loved it. I loved every part of it. It was really fun. I have plans to finish this game. I have plans to maybe do it with a couple friends as well. We can bring them all together and we can do it with the multiplayer. We'll make the progress much faster. We do some extra builds, multitasking. I think I'd like it and get both point of views in the game. We'll see. It could be more entertaining, more enjoyable. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've made it to the end, I really appreciate you. And also appreciate a comment. If you've got any opinions or if you've got any stories you'd like covered, I'm more than happy to take input from everyone. And I think I'll leave my inbox for any personal stories you guys might have down below in the description. And feel free to just send me anything. Any stories you guys want covered, any advice you need on anything, I'll do my best. I'll do my very, very best to be as honest, non-judgmental, open-minded as I can be. And we'll see. We'll see how that goes.